So we're coming to you live today with a red hat because the market is down. Guys, things are happening in the crypto charts that you need to be aware of. Today, we're going to be covering all of that. Everything from what's happening to the Bitcoin price, why it dumped, which altcoins that we are currently watching for next week, which ETF may be approved in 2 days, and much, much more. So we're here to give you guys the alpha, the live trading, the charts. Please smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. And Matty, let's get into it. What's been happening, mate?
Mate, I'm pumped. I've got a sleeping giant that I'm watching for at the moment.
Yeah.
Bitcoin absolutely tanked last night.
Yep.
Which was expected. So we covered that one. Altcoins pulled back, which was expected.
Yep.
But you know what?
We're very overbought.
Overbought. But this happens in a bull market. It's quite normal.
It is. Show us your charts.
We've been through, how many bull markets have we been through?
Well, this is now my fourth bull market, actually.
Fourth?
This is my fourth, yeah.
No.
No, third.
My third.
Your third. Nah, my fourth. Anyway,
we're there. We're here. We've been in the trenches.
It's my fourth from 2016. My fourth
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, huh?
You're old.
Can't you tell? I'm bald, mate. I've been through a bit. So,
all right, let's get into it.
Let's get into the charts first off. What we saw overnight was there was a really big announcement about the PPI data. We're going to show you guys what that looks like in a second. But essentially, let's take a look at the charts first, Matty. What are you looking at?
All right, I'm going to show you guys the number one chart I'm looking at the moment, which gives me a lot of optimism within the market, especially with crypto as a whole. This isn't Bitcoin specific. This is the crypto market as a complete holistic approach. I'm looking at the total market cap chart. This is the big one for me. I did a post today. Why am I optimistic about this one? And whilst I'm not too scared about this pullback that happened, we pulled back perfectly last night. When I say perfectly, I'm looking at this and going, hey, this is the retest that I officially wanted to give me the higher lows and some entries on the altcoin market, as well as looking at just the overall crypto market as a whole. So first things first, we have had a massive breakout, a massive run. This first started August 2nd. All right, you can see that here off the volume zone. We've now pumped total altcoin market, the total market as a whole pumped 15%. We saw last night $990 million liquidated from that drop. Massive dump. However,
I got close as well in that one, man. That thing come down real quick. I was in the shower and I heard my phone just beep 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 beep, and I opened up my BitGet account.
Bit of stress, huh?
I was trading on at the time, and man, I just saw the price. It was like 119, 118, 117, and it was just like boom, like straight down, man. It was crazy.
It was 8%
volatility
on the altcoins,
man. And then
massive,
yeah, like because Bitcoin dumped so fast, the altcoins weren't too far off it. So
yes,
definitely one of those times where the blood pressure went up.
I want to show these
high.
guys where this. Leave it on us for a second, Seds, but. This here, guys, this is the big one. This 113. I've spoke about this last week, and we were saying we're going to probably break above this, and we did. But as I said, when we typically break above, we then get a retest. So you can see last night we had a perfect retest, held right above that order zone at the moment. And now I'm looking at this and going, hey, tonight I think we should get a bit of a relief rally after what we saw was a major dump last night. And I look at it as basically just a simple higher low in the market, which was very much expected. So I'm looking forward to this next opportunity that's coming. I entered a trade today and I've got a sleeping giant ready to rumble.
I like how you just said that you're thinking there's going to be a bit of a recovery, because I want to go through why the dump happened and why I think it's just a complete FUD, why I think it's actually going to recover and we're going to head back towards all-time highs. Because, you know, if you guys would be on my call last week, we spoke a lot about the chances of interest rates being cut. Last night, we got an announcement from the US government, which is the PPI announcement. And the PPI announcement effectually measures the price, the change in the price of goods and services from a perspective of domestic producers. So let's look at it like this. When we look at interest rates coming down, and we know if you've been on this channel now, you've been following us for a while, you'll be aware that if interest rates get cut, data has shown us that we have seen big market pumps after that. Not all the time, but there's a high probability of that. And what makes up the decision to get these cuts for the interest rates is one, the inflation data, okay? What the PPI measures is what the price is to producers. So let's say Maddie's nice Star Wars suit that
This
he's
is Empire. Stormtroopers Empire.
Stormtrooper's Empire suit that he's wearing today. Let's say
Right.
the material in this now costs more. That can then mean that the product price will go up with it so that that company still makes profit. Therefore, we see higher prices of goods. And from that, we see a higher inflation rather than a lower inflation. Now, if we're going and we're taking a look at how the inflation looked when we saw the CPI announcement, so the CPI measures what the inflation looks like. And I'm just going to put my screen on here one sec. Let's go said screen. I love to come over here to the Forex Factory website, sort it by USD. We can see all the US announcements, and I'll just change this to the week. Okay, so the actual inflation came in lower. You can see it was expected to come in at 2.8, actually came in at 2.7, and that's really positive when it comes to us getting interest rate cuts because that shows us inflation is coming down. But the thing is now, is the PPI. Because if the PPI is higher this month, then there's a high probability that the CPI, which is the inflation inflation meter, will be higher the next month. Okay, so that then for the Federal Reserve, who has to make the decision on the interest rates, they sit there and they say to themselves, well, is it going to be a good idea now to lower the rates, knowing the fact that we're expecting inflation to be much, much higher? And when we say much, much higher, the PPI was expected to come in at 0.2%, and it blew that out the water. It came in at 0.9. That's huge.
That is huge.
So what happened when we saw that? Everyone panicked. They're like, oh, that's it. We're not getting interest rate cuts no more. The chances are going to drop. And that's why everyone panic sold and caused this massive cascading sell-off that we saw, right? So that explains why the dump happened. Now that you know why the dump happened, you put that together and say, well, what does this mean for the market? You see, the thing is last week, we jumped on this call and there was an 87% chance of interest rates being cut.
Yep.
Before the PPI data, this was at 100%. There was a 100% chance that this was going to be cut, okay? The difference it made, and we're looking at this now because, the US market has been open for a whole night. The difference that PPI announcement made was only 6.9%. So the market freaked out and completely shat the bed.
The market
over
is emotional.
A 6.9% chance difference because everyone basically just got scared, panicked, and sold off. And if we go back and we relate that to the charts, right? So first off, the July PPI inflation, it's risen to 3.3, above expectations of 2.5. And more and more, the Fed is going to remain in a difficult spot. That's what people thought. When they say that relates to cutting interest rates. Okay, difficult spot. But he doesn't look too bloody difficult here because you can see it's still 93% chance of that cutting. So when I come back and I look at the chart, right? You see some guys in the chat saying emotional. That's
very
right.
emotional.
People just got really, really emotional. I come back now and I look at the chart and I say, if we look at this last sideways range that we had, what did we have? We had price fake out to the bottom of the range, collect a whole bunch of stop losses, pump back up, and then put in a nice symmetrical triangle before pumping, okay? We have a look at what's happening right here, right now, and it's a very similar pattern. And if you take note, the dump that we saw last night, just draw it on the chart. That was where the previous level was, where a lot of people went long. And you can see that if people went long there, chances are that their stop losses would have probably been below the support. That's how retail mostly trade. What happened? Price came down below the support, collected all those stop losses to fill their bags. Now, personally, the way I'm analyzing this chart is as long as price holds above 118,000, I think we're just going to range like this until it's time to break out towards the end of August.
Still got that 130K target?
I still got the 130K target.
130K? Ready to rumble? All right, one more week.
Left. Yeah. So I still think that, given the fact that the chances of the rate cuts are still so high.
Well, next rate cut, from what I'm understanding, is expected to be announced September 18th.
September 18th, that's right.
So we've got another month worth of data to come out. We have a lot of data to come. We've got another CPI data coming out before that as well.
Correct.
Right?
But we need to look at it like this. If you're 90, you were 100% sure based off the prediction as of before the PPI data came out. But if you're looking at this now and you're still saying there's a 93% chance that this is going to happen, the market most likely will price in that move weeks before that happens, probably 2 weeks before that happens. So if you say that the event is going to take place where they're going to announce it is going to be on the 18th, you said?
Yes,
right?
18th.
On the 18th.
18th
Okay.
of September.
So for me then, I'll look at this and say, well, I kind of want to start getting in around the 27th. So you can see I've put a nice yellow line here in my chart because essentially any dip that we get around here, even if we do come back down, I'm not too phased because that's going to allow me to get that better entry to pack my bags for when that event comes around to swing that long-term bag up towards 130. That's my personal.
That should go.
That's my opinion. It's
That
not
should go, eh?
financial advice, but this is more what I'm looking at from my personal trading perspective. And look, we spoke about this last week, but just real quick, if you go back and take a look what happened the last time that we got the rate cuts, look at this. So price actually started getting factored in from around the 6th, which was 12 days before. So, hey, I might be a little bit early, right? Getting in, maybe probably a bit too early.
You love to run an early trade, but won't lie.
Well, this
Part
is
of your
the
strategy.
thing. I like being early. I don't want to buy after
You don't
the
want to buy
rates
big
get
green
cut.
candles.
No, because if you look at what happened last time, rates got cut here. What happened? They came and hunted all the liquidity before sending it up.
Yep.
If you're in from down here, well, then even if they do come down to send it for all the people that entered based off that, to stop out all those people who entered the positions when the rates got cut, well, I'm still safe.
Well, look, I've got
a
similar situation with Bitcoin as well. So, open up my chart for a second.
I'm trying to find the button. Sorry.
There we go. So, guys, similar to what Seds is saying, I look at this more on a daily outlook. Similar, kind of similar. But I was looking at this morning. I did a full post, full breakdown on this on a couple of different charts: USDT dominance, the total, etc. Now, as I was saying, we've had a massive pullback without a doubt, and it was expected. But we actually came down and filled basically 80 to 90% of that CME gap that everyone was talking about.
Yeah, that was a big one. We spoke about that.
We've spoken about that all week because we're saying, hey, the market moved last Saturday, Sunday. That gap's eventually going to be filled. We've had that gap being filled up now. Also, again, what did it bounce off? The 113. Again, that fib level just constantly keeps popping up. So you can see I've marked all that out now. What I'm expecting, in all honesty, probably tonight is we're going to come back. We're going to retest that 120K, right? If we can break above that 120K, then I'm getting more optimistic, similar to you. Hey, we're going to start continue to push, in the anticipation of rate cuts. If we can't break that 120K, my targets for Bitcoin at the moment will be basically all the way to 116 or all the way, which this is where it really gets interesting. You look at this chart here. Realistically, Bitcoin has been trending within this sideways channel between up to 114K. If it can't break back above 120, then I'm going to start to get concerned.
Then we're in trouble. And that's the thing about trading. You got to kind of set your alerts and take it, one step at a time rather than just, I see some people in the chat, DCA is king. That's right. Caleb 130K coming before that, that. And then you've got Edward Rogers saying another dip to 110K. You see, like you can look at this, but you always want to turn around and say, what is the next level in play first? You got to have a short-term perspective, a medium-term, and a longer-term perspective. And if we're sitting here today, what we're saying is our longer-term perspective is coming into these interest rate cuts that we're going to see price being much higher. Then you say, okay, where am I going to fill my bags in the medium to shorter term to then take that move for that longer term position move?
Isn't it interesting though, right? When we talk about this stuff and you look at the news that came along with it, everything was overpurchased. Everything was at major resistant points.
Yep.
And then you get, what's his name, Bassett there?
Scott Bessent. That's what we're going to talk about now, yeah.
Right? As you can bring that up. But we get him saying the fact that the US isn't going to buy a strategic reserve anymore and they're going to use the existing Bitcoin. So it's like, hey, the charts tell you this amazing story from start, the middle. You never got the end. This bloke comes along, bucket off the cliff. So like plain and simple, this bloke just kicked it straight off the cliff and we'll blame him for the liquidations.
Well, that's the thing. So
we'll give it to him.
If you've been around for a while, and guys, just if you are enjoying this content, please remember to smash that like button for us.
If we don't hit that 20, at least 20
No. We're going to pump it up 30 likes, and I'm going to show you guys some really juicy altcoins. I've got a
sleeping giant that I think is going to do 130, 150%.
All right. If we get 30 likes, we're going to show that. But if we don't, then that's it. We're keeping it for the premium community.
That's it.
You've got to give the premium community, they get the exclusive alpha, of course. And
100%.
If you want access to that, you can click the description. But if you want to save yourself the time from doing that, you just have to round up all the troops and make sure that you get 30 likes.
I'm already in this
Milan
trade.
in the chat has said he's unliked. Can we ban Milan from this call? Like, is there a way that Milan no longer gets
We know
access?
where he lives.
We do know where he lives. Anyway, so getting back into the news, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on the crypto reserve. So for those of you who have been following around for quite some time, or you've been in the crypto market, you'd be aware that Scott Bessent is more or less building a crypto treasury. And what that means is that the US are loading up on Bitcoin more or less to back their US dollar. Louis Kazar, I'm going to get back to you in a second because we're going to double or nothing on that. I can see what you're saying in the chat. So they are more or less looking at buying or accumulating, let's call it 1 million BTC over a 12-month period. So that means, yeah, they're going to be buying 1 million Bitcoin a year. Now, what we found out last night, which
But that was the plan, wasn't it?
That was the plan.
That was the plan.
And it's what I don't like about the suits, and I'm going to call them out right now. The suits. When I say the suits, it's not Matty in his Star Wars troops or whatever.
Hey, this is class.
It's not this kind of a suit.
Class.
It's the suits that work in the government, the corporates, the institutions, because these guys, they're trying to extract as much out of us possible and for the good and for the greed of themselves. And what we can see is they had us stringing along this whole time saying that they're going to buy heaps of Bitcoin, build this big reserve, and everyone's been all excited about it. Nonetheless,
this comes down to like when we're doing our road trip, we're asking questions around if politicians, so we went to Canberra, guys, we're outside Parliament building. Our first episode actually on the whole crypto RV road trip is coming very, very soon. It's in production at the moment.
Fuck, it's funny, man. I've seen the draft yesterday.
we said if politicians, everything they said was on the blockchain, which is built around crypto network,
would they still lie?
Would they still lie? Because every single thing is recorded, actionable.
Yeah, let us
and
know
then
in the comments
penalized for
if you think that they'd still talk shit to us, even if everything was recorded on the blockchain. Let us know. Imagine that.
I reckon we should start a what is that, petition for that one?
Well, I reckon if we've got
through Parliament.
If we've got any app developers that are currently watching this, here's a great idea for an app. You can call it like a Gov tracker, and you can basically document whenever someone says anything.
I'm putting a patent in for this one.
Yeah, and then basically have like a fact checker to see which one out of all the claims that they made have come true, and you can build like personal report.
How good would that be?
Bro, we are getting this video shut down, man. YouTube is not going to like this. Wow. I don't know how my brain works sometimes.
We're gonna start tracking politicians. You know how they got the Nancy Pelosi tracker trades?
Yeah, we should do like a truth tracker.
We can truth track all the politicians.
So going back to this, they are now turning around. Scott Bessent has turned around and said that they are not going to be buying Bitcoin anymore for his reserve. That's what they've come out and said.
Yep.
And that's basically sparked a whole bunch of fear across the crypto market because people now think that they are not going to be buying, and that buying pressure of the 1 million Bitcoin a year, that demand for that has now evaporated. That was like the way that this message was taken. However, this was soon rectified about 3 hours after that. All of a sudden now, because it must have caused a big shitstorm all over X, but now Treasury Secretary Bessent says the US government is now exploring ways to acquire more Bitcoin to expand their reserve. But there's a catch to it. They are more or less trying to do this in a way that is net neutral for their books. So more or less, they don't want to go spend.
They got no cash to spend.
One, they got no cash to spend.
They got no cash to spend.
They ain't got no cash to spend to start off with. But secondly, it's they don't want to be spending taxpayer money on buying Bitcoin itself. They would rather they would rather do it in a different way where they can maybe use the money from the tariffs or something like that to do it. So yeah, what are your thoughts on that, Matty?
Mate, I'm very much similar to you. I don't really trust these guys, to be completely honest.
Nah.
Right? Politicians, they say one thing, they do another thing. It is what it is. It's just the game. It is. But to go from the fact that, hey, I'm buying and setting up this strategic reserve, it has been the biggest promise pretty much for us, we take notice of it from the Trump administration. They're now saying, hey, look, we're just working off the seeds of Bitcoin. And he did write that originally in. That was the original executive order, was that they weren't going to sell it.
I reckon it's just
and
the
then,
way
And then it went down the road to saying, hey, we're going to build upon this. And now it's backflipped again. So who knows? This might change again in another month, another 2 months. You don't know.
Another 2 months, you might say. But I think it's going to change tomorrow. So tomorrow, SEC Chair Paul Atkins will be discussing Project Crypto at 8:30 a.m. So I think this is where we're really going to get the answers to what they're actually doing, clearer guidelines. They've been putting this Project Crypto thing together for quite some time now, and I think that the answers are going to be coming out tomorrow, and that could be a bit of a bullish or bearish catalyst on the market.
Okay.
So expect some volatility in regards to that over the next.
So much stuff going on at the
4 hours.
moment. As Bitcoin pumps, you just get all these headlines popping up everywhere.
One thing after the other.
Boom, 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 boom. You know what? But I'm G'd up. I want to get into some altcoins, but I don't know if we can yet. I've got some rippers, mate. I reckon within this London changeover.
Before we look at altcoins,
It's
tell
going
us
to go
about
nuts.
this. Share your chart, because who wants to see some altcoins? Let us know in the chat. We've got a lot of alts to share. Keep in mind, before we do go to alts, be careful in your positions over the next 24 hours. We may get some really good news regarding this Project Crypto, which may send Bitcoin back up to where we want it. May even get that 130K target tonight. Who knows? Or the news that he comes out and says may put us back down to 110K. So just be really aware of that. But altcoins, I want to see, I'm going to refresh the page. I'm going to see how many likes we have on this video. Make sure, guys, if you are enjoying this content, please hit subscribe. We go live every single Friday. Make sure you hit like. And if we have 30 likes in here, we're going to dive pretty deep into some altcoins. We've got 34 people watching right now.
Right.
So
I'm going to share this one that we made some absolute bucks on first. This one here, we absolutely
this is the
ripped.
kind of alpha that we want to show you guys.
This is
Maddie,
the big one. So, guys, I shared this one here. I don't typically trade these degen coins. We call them the degen coins on Dex Screener, but I heard about this one from a friend. He goes, Matt, take a look at it. I think there's some alpha about to come out. Now, we'll take these with a grain of salt. This is like for me going to the casino. I'm going to grab $500, whack it on. So, guys, I shared this, and as soon as I found out about this, bang, I let the community know. I personally whacked 500 USD into this. Within 40, I wouldn't even say 48 hours, within 24 hours, sorry guys, I pumped up to $6,000 US.
Crazy.
I did about over 1,000% on this. I sold out in the end about 750% profit, locked away $5,000 profit.
Yep.
In matter of 24 hours. And I know a lot of guys jumped in on this one.
I actually put $120 on this.
Did you buy a golf buggy?
I did buy a golf buggy with the profit from this. I actually did, yeah. I put in $120. I turned that into about 2K. Then, I took some profits and I went and bought a golf buggy. For those of you who want to see what this golf buggy looks like towards the end of this show, I can show you. It's got a bull bar and a tilt tray.
I will just say, with these sort of coins, guys, and when I had my screen up, you would have seen these things go up very, very fast. But I want to show you guys how fast these things come down. Right? From the top of the range, this thing then tanked 72%. If I never took profit on this, I would have never made money. I never want to get caught in these, like we call them degen coins or shit coins. So again, guys, locked in profit, got a nice healthy bag now to buy some more coins as they sort of pop up. But again, one trade, $5,000 profit. Happy days. And I know some people, a fair few people would have jumped on this. I know my brother cleaned up $600 on this one as well. I was sitting at the dinner table. He goes, Matt, can you help me put some money on? He transferred $65 into his Phantom wallet and bang, ripped out 600.
These are the kind of calls that we give to our premium community. And once again, if you want to try that for free, make sure to click the link in the description below for free 14 days. And yeah, we actually have another coin that's coming up by August the 20th. So if you do jump into the 14 days, you're probably going to hear about that coin before August the 20th and be able to, can't guarantee you nothing, but we want to try and do exactly what we've done with this trade.
If we jump into it, we'll share it with everyone. If we all go to zero, we go to zero.
I will be jumping into it. Oh, no, we'll be sharing it with everyone if they want the opportunity. It's completely up to them. High risk, but could be potentially high reward.
I've got to share this. This is a massive one.
All right, let's look at this, and then we're going to hit the altcoins. Let me refresh the likes. How are we looking? Are we currently sitting at our 230 target? We only got 20. Oh, we're going to have to wait another 10 minutes. Maddie, go for it.
All right, let's jump into this one. First things first, guys. This here is the Bitcoin dominance chart. I've been monitoring this absolutely like religion, honestly. I am
it's like going to church on a Sunday.
I am all over this at the moment because this is allowing me to pick up altcoins when they're particularly going to run. Again, guys, what this represents, it represents the dominance of Bitcoin plays on the market. So if this is coming down and essentially Bitcoin can maintain its price or even still push up further, the altcoins are going to pump. Right, so as I'm looking at this at the moment, we have a bear flag in motion. This is a continuation pattern that can signal the fact that Bitcoin dominance is going to continue to fall. right now, what I'm looking at, guys, I'm waiting for this to break down. If this breaks down tonight and Bitcoin goes back to that 120K mark,
Oh, we're going to see a
we're
bloody
going to
run
see
and a
probably
half.
another 6, 7, 8% pushback onto the altcoin markets. And if I'm looking at this here and we actually break down, that's about 2.5% on Bitcoin dominance. That's actually quite large. So put that in
For
perspective
those
for
of you
everyone.
who are new to this,
That is very, very big in the grand scheme of things.
what this means is that the percentage of money that's in Bitcoin versus the other coins is going to drop 2.5 or can drop 2.5%. If we see that, that means that 2.5% of money that was previously, being in Bitcoin, it is potentially flowing into alts.
Yes.
When money is flowing out of Bitcoin into altcoins, that is then when we usually see prices on the altcoins go up. And if we're seeing the Bitcoin dominance come down whilst Bitcoin is going up, then that's like what we call alt season, and that's where you
We call
just
that a
see
double whammer.
that is the double whammy. That's when you just see everything just go absolutely ballistic. Your 20% days, those days you get your 10% days, right? That is usually at a time when what Matty just showed you is breaking down. Personally, I think there's still one more touch to the upside of that chart before we come down.
It's just so red hot at the moment.
It is red hot. Like it is
red
flaming hot. Flaming hot. Let's get into the altcoins, guys. We now have 40 people watching. That's enough people to start sharing some
Surely we got the
altcoin
30
alpha.
likes. Oh,
We only have 21 likes.
Right.
So we're not going to show the degen ones. We're only going to show the first one, which is important.
All right, before we even get into that,
Yep.
Right, we're just gonna cover this off, right, guys? On Monday, in Melbourne, we are hosting a crypto event. Okay, guys, this is on September 4th. Everyone is welcome. It is completely free. We're going to talk about Bitcoin, solve a lot of skeptics that don't know what the hell crypto actually is, but they've always heard about it from Joe Blow up the road. And we're going to be giving away a whole bunch of pizza. Not giving away, we're just going to give a little bit of pizza.
And drinks. I think we're doing drinks.
Yeah,
We're doing drinks, otherwise I'm not coming.
We're doing drinks as well. We are definitely doing drinks as well. But this is in Melbourne, Docklands, guys. So don't be shy. Come along. This is going to be an awesome event. Seds is presenting. I'm presenting. We're going to answer any questions you guys have as well.
We're going to show you guys a little bit of alpha as well. We'll be in Docklands. I can see a couple of you guys commenting in the chat. And this is that event where when you go to dinner with people and they say to you, Bitcoin's a scam, this, that.
Bring them along to this event.
Why are you putting your money in Bitcoin? It's all bullshit. Them kind of people are the ones we want you to bring, because then it's going to be less awkward for you at the dinner table after, and they're going to probably be asking you how they can get involved. Yep. So they're the people that we want to see at that event. Who's Joe and why did he blow up zero? Guys, let's get into the altcoin alpha, because we've got a lot to share. It's already 4:30 and I've got to get ready for a birthday party that I'm going to tonight. So first off, where are we? Said screen. This is the button I need to push.
What are you looking at?
So
what's your heavy hitter for next week?
We have two. We have two heavy hitters.
What's your heavy hitters?
I'm not going to give them to you right now. I'm going to go through one at a time, because
all right, fine.
It increases our watch time, which helps our channel to get monetized. If I give everyone both coins right now, they're just going to log off.
Is it Little Pepe?
It is not Little Pepe. Little Pepe is shit. So first off, we have Chainlink. Okay, so Chainlink, number one, straight off the bat. There is going to be reserve buys announced for Chainlink. So there's companies that are buying up a whole bunch of Chainlink to put into their reserves. That's causing a consistent buying pressure within Chainlink. I shared this last week to everybody, and if you were on this exact call last week at this exact time, I shared this to you at $19. It already has run to a high of $24.40. Let us know in the chat if you got in, if you made some money on this. Congratulations if you did. And if we're looking at the recent buy, you can see that this week alone, 44,000 coins were added for another $1 million buy. And this is going to be occurring weekly. So every week, another $1 million worth of Chainlink will be getting purchased by, not sure exactly until what date, but still $50 million over a year. That could look like more as more.
I'm bullish on Link.
I'm very, very bullish.
And I'm looking at the chart. The chart looks great. I'm also looking at the YouTube comments. There's a lot of frogs in the YouTube comments.
You're going to get your frogs in a minute. Another...
But you want me to show the chart on Link before you keep pushing?
Go for it. Yeah, come on. There's actually another fundamental reason.
Oh, go for your fundamentals first.
There is another fundamental reason of why I think Link can be so bullish. Next thing is tonight when Chair Paul Atkins unveils his project crypto, there is a high chance that Link will be mentioned. And the reason for this is, I'm not sure how many people have seen this, but the traditional stock market is now being moved over to work on the crypto market. So with a lot of different projects that are out there these days, Syrup is one of them. There's a couple of others, but you can more or less buy US stocks like Nvidia, Tesla. There's a whole bunch of Intel, AMD, I don't know, whatever's on the
Hey,
NASDAQ.
talking about Intel, we got 17% pump.
We'll have a look at that in a sec. But whatever's on the NASDAQ soon, you'll be able to go out and buy that using your USDT, using your wallets. And to make that happen, there has to be an oracle to feed the price and the data to synchronize between each server. And the thing is the one that gets used for that is Chainlink. Chainlink and Ondo are going to be really important infrastructure for this. So keeping our eyes on Link. Liquidity Unchained in the chat. Do you guys have X? We do. Empire Crypto AU. But we more or less put the majority of stuff in our social media platform that we've built, which is in the link in the comments down below. So keeping your eyes on Link. Another reason why I like Link, and I'm not going to give you all of this away right now, but I am going to give you a bit of a teaser. So Trump is announcing what we call World Liberty Financial, which is his big new crypto project. Eric Trump's involved and all the Trumps. And
Liberty Financial is what, a hedge fund? What explain to the guys what it actually is?
More or less, they're building their own dollar. They've got their own dollar. So it's called USD1, I'm pretty
USD1, okay.
Yeah, so it's like an alternative to USDT, right? Now, it's going to be I think it's got to do with DeFi.
Yep.
A bit of DeFi, a bit of staking, a bit of this, bit of that. It's actually one of those coins that I had a friend of mine. He bought it at 1 cent at pre-sale, and it's already trading at the pre-market at 40 cents. So he's already done a 40x on it. So there's a lot of hype.
Big gains.
A lot of hype about this right now. So when it comes to World Liberty Financial, you can see that they're looking at building a treasury with 5 listed altcoins. So that means that they're going to go and spend up to $1.5 billion worth and buy up a whole bunch of, 5 specific different altcoins. We have a look at this chart that we took a look at a long time ago. World Liberty Financial has exposure to Link. You can see here in the orange, it's Link, ETH. ETH is already pumped. Aave, BTC, Athena, Tron, and Ondo. So I am watching these coins really closely, but you can see that Link, once again, is also in that equation. So, Matty, give us a look. What are you thinking about Link?
So Link at the moment has been one we've been monitoring. Like you're saying, we've been talking about it flat out. But Link, to keep it really simple, like we spoke about earlier, we've had those big pullbacks last night on the market. Again, nothing to be scared of, in my opinion. Right? You can see here,
back to retest the
we
support.
broke up, we come back, we've retested support, and I'm always very conscious of the fact, see these yellow boxes I put in, if price gets stuck within there, then it gets difficult to break out again. We actually closed on the daily candle above. So for me, I'm looking at Link. My next target for Link is around that $26 mark. It is a 15% push off this support level. So that there in itself, and if you look to the left, it has done this multiple times, and it's done it in a couple of days. It's done it in 1 candle. So right now, I'm really optimistic. I think Link is a perfect play for a bullish example and for a very clean chart. You can see how much it is respecting these levels, and I won't be surprised if soon we see another volumetric order zone form at this level where a lot of activity is taking place. But overall, my next target on Link is sitting around $26 right into that order zone. So Link's looking great to me.
Yeah, no, it is. Like, I'm no two ways about it. I've actually got a position open on Link right now. I'm doing a coin M position on this one. I'm trying to send it to the moon. All right, so that's our first pick that we're looking at over the next 7 days. But there is another one, and this is probably going to cause you to look at your computer over this particular weekend. So make sure you tune into this one. And it is going to be Solana. So right now, with Solana, they've been applying for a whole bunch of ETFs, and there's a high chance, or I'm not going to say a high chance. We're going to dive down into this a little bit. So first off, there's a deadline. Okay, there's a deadline for Solana, and that's going to be on the 17th US time, which is probably Sunday night or even Monday morning. 17th of the 8th, which is 2 days from now.
Yep.
That's Sunday night.
Sunday
night, Monday morning.
Yes.
Yeah. And basically, there is a potential that this is going to get approved. Now, it's not a high potential. I'd say at the minute, right now, I'm very 50-50 on this, right? But there are altcoins that could benefit. So when I say I'm very 50-50 about this, because I don't know if you guys remember last week, but we spoke about how the government has now created a contract or created legislation that if a coin has been trading for futures for more than 6 months, that they can get an ETF approved quite easily.
That was a wild one.
It was.
Yep.
Solana has been traded for up to 6 months. XRP was 2 months off. So I think there's a high chance. Well, you know what? We're going to call it a 50-50 chance that the Solana ETF could get approved over the weekend, catch a whole bunch of people off guard. You can see that price already started to pump on it in the last couple of days. More or less, some people trying to front run that. And I have a strong feeling that if it does get approved, it's going to be approved with staking. So the opportunity isn't so much on Solana itself. Like, don't get me wrong, Solana could pump. We could go back to, you know, the previous highs. What have you got there on your screen, Matty? What's the previous high?
So for Solana, the previous high is sitting around $270, which is the next big target. But we do have to break above. Firstly, got to break above that 205 mark.
Look, and I think
unless it gets above that, it's going to struggle.
I think that's quite possible on ETF approval. But where I'm currently looking for the value is in the DeFi staking coins. The coins that haven't had much interest because the ETF's not even approved. Coins that we're quite early to. And let me just see how many likes we've got, because if we've got 30, I'm gonna share them.
Got a big one.
We got 23. I'm going to share them anyway because we've got to go, and I want to give you guys the alpha. I want you guys to jump onto this call.
No, let's just hold them up.
All right. Well, one of them, I'm going to give one of them. One of them is Jito. Jito.
I haven't heard of this one.
You haven't heard of this one?
No.
You really are just a strict technical trader.
Mate, give me a chart any day of the week. I'll chart the hell out of it. I'll find opportunities. I'll trade it. And like I said, I don't know half the shit coins what they do.
When it comes to actual crypto, I'm your man.
When it comes to fundamentals, it comes to trades and charts.
So Jito is one of the DeFi plays that I'm currently following on Solana. And I think that if this staking ETF does get approved, I think that this could see a bit of bullish price action. So it's one of the coins I've added to my watch list. Okay. I'm tracking it very closely. But there is one more. And one more, you can see in the chat there, Jito is like Lido, but for Solana. Exactly right. And let's take a look at what Lido did over the last couple of days. Lido absolutely rocketed LDO.
How did it cope last night?
Not too bad. It did see a bit of a pullback nonetheless, but yeah, it's not terrible. Look, even with Lido, man, you can see like it broke out of a range. Chances are it's probably going to come back and retest $1.18.
Ended.
So anyway.
Ended. That's okay.
That's one of them. Guys, smash that like button for us. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe. Make sure you go ahead and do that. Let's have a look if we've got the 30 like target, because there's one hidden gem within the Solana ecosystem. And this is a gem. Did you bring the Solana phone?
No.
This coin is is another DeFi platform within Solana that I want to share for you guys. And it's actually inbuilt into the Solana phone from the rumors.
Oh, we've already got it.
We've already got it. And from the Solana phone, you can legit push a button. You can stake and earn 8% yield on your Solana per year and have it liquid. So that means that you can still spend your Solana
whilst it's staking.
And you can earning rewards just for holding it in the wallet. And it's come pre-shipped on all the Solana phones, but I can't confirm that now
because our Solana phone is sitting on my table at home.
Because you left it on your table at home.
Yeah,
but
correct.
There is a lot of talk about it, and let's see if we got the 30 likes. Let me just refresh. Fuck, 30 likes, bro. We are doing it hard. Go to both.
There we go.
There we go. 30 likes. All right, we got 24. That's enough. This coin is called
38 people on there.
There's 38 people tonight. Last
38
week
people.
We had 55 last week.
24 likes. There's 6 people that need to smash that like button for people to get the alpha.
That might mean that they actually don't like our content.
What? We'll pause then.
I've already opened up the chart. We're here.
You've already got it up.
This specific coin is called Marinade. It's currently sitting at 12 cents.
Marinade. Is it marinating?
It's going to be marinating. Yeah, it's marinating in our Solana phone, which is on your desk at home. Marinade is definitely one I'm watching. You can see right now. It's like low. It's ranked low. It's only a $51 million market cap.
Okay.
Fully diluted valuation of 118.
Yep.
The trading volume is at $4 million, 24 hours. So it has a bit of volume.
Max supply's out.
Max supply is not out yet. It isn't really listed on many exchanges. Just got Gate and Radium, really. It's on Coinbase, so that's promising, right?
Well, it's legit.
It is a legit product, yes. And this is a liquid staking, but for Solana. And if you have a look here on Marinade, right now you can stake it and it's going to pay you 7.96% APY per year paid. So it's in Solana.
Okay.
And right now it has 10 million Solana currently locked up in it. So
Very good.
yeah, this is actually proper. It's, you know, institutions involved. The thing is with this coin is you can't trade leverage on it because it's still, you know, quite new, $52 million market cap.
Fair enough.
It is only available on a handful of exchanges. But
Yep.
this is where I look at this and I say, okay, I wouldn't mind getting some exposure to this coin now, because what do we know? What happens when a coin gets listed on a new exchange? What
Get the
happens
volume.
tomorrow? Right, the
Lots of
volume.
volume, especially if it's a legit product.
It's definitely like this is
So
looking
then
legit,
happy
yeah.
days.
You know, you start to see like when coins get listed on Binance, we see pumps. When coins get listed on OKX, pumps. BitGet even these days, Blowfin, you know, some of a lot of exchanges. And right now, this isn't on any of them, but it's on millions of Solana phones that just got shipped out to people for them to use right now. I think the opportunity of this is definitely, for me personally anyway,
You've convinced me on this one.
Have a look.
And I'm usually one that just
chart.
dumps tokens.
Have a look at a chart,
So-
MNDE.
What is it?
MNDE. So let's have a look at the chart.
MMDE. All right, let's have a quick look at this.
MNDE. Let's see if we can find some
MMDE.
opportunity.
Can't find it.
There's Camino, there's Drift, there's Jupiter as well,
Oh, what-
correct? But
MND. There we go.
Marinade, yeah, I want to go for something a little bit more high risk.
We'll bring up the Coinbase chart. We'll have a quick look at this. As we're looking at this one now, let's have a look at the weekly. This has been accumulating.
that,
this
man.
is
It's
this
been
is
accumulating
This
in
has
a
been accumulating. When
really
did
good
this get
range.
released? Well, this
That,
got
Matty, it pays
this
to be on
came
my
out.
Tuesday night calls. Everyone in Empire already knows about this on Tuesday. You weren't on my, look at that, my co-founder
Yeah.
of my company doesn't even tune into my alpha calls. How good's that?
I'm very religious on the coins that I trade, guys. I trade basically 10 tokens, and those are enough for me because I make enough money from those ones. So
You do.
these ones here are a good little shields. I actually like this.
You like this Marinade?
What's the range here? I always look at things on the weekly time frame first, guys. That gives a really big perspective. So this weekly range, 160%.
Yep.
That is a big range.
And look at the
That is
weekly.
a very decent range.
Nice bullish divergences on the weekly.
All right, let's have a look.
Got that nice range. Even if it just goes back up to the top of the range, you're looking at 15 cents.
We are starting to put that in.
If it pops the range, then, you know, this thing's going to potentially 23 cents, which
We
is...
can play this a little bit more smarter here. The nice inverted head and shoulders form in here.
It's looking good, bruv.
This is not looking too bad.
Yeah, this was one of my calls that I shared with the premium
My
community.
first target for this, I'd be looking around 16 cents.
16 cents.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for my first target at around 23 cents.
You always like
24
to go
cents.
hard or go home.
I'm here to, look, I'll be honest with you. I'm not here to make $30.
I was going to
You know
say,
what I mean?
we're not here to F spiders.
I'm not
no,
here to, yeah,
definitely
I'm not here to make like $20. I'm a trader that's doing tens of thousands of profit. I'm not going to do $30 on this. I want to send this thing, and because I got to do it on spot, makes it a lot harder. Yeah, so
Happy days. Someone asked us
Definitely.
before, do we have any live trades on? Yes, we do.
of course we have some live
We're
trades.
not going to show you our account balance though on YouTube. That is for sure.
That is not going to happen.
If
no.
you want
We
to
are a
see
bit
it,
more
you can see
private.
it in our private chat. We have no problem seeing it there and sharing them there.
If you're
but-
at the event on September the 4th, if you come to the Melbourne event, I can show you my phone.
I'll
but,
personally show you my phone. That is
yeah,
not a
but,
problem.
you're
But
not going to see
not
that
getting that on YouTube.
No. I think there's some things you keep private, and if you do follow us on Instagram, you'll probably see some little snippets. But I did put up a screenshot of my 37K trade profit that I made yesterday. But there's some things that we
days.
do share, some things that are a little bit more private. You know, there are some other accounts that we use when we're teaching things to our community. But
All right.
yeah, so all right, Matty, before we wrap it up,
I've got two
Come on.
tokens I've got to go through.
2 more tokens.
There is one more token on a chart perspective. I am in a trade on that at the moment. That is the sleeping giant that I'm looking for at the moment.
Sleeping Giant.
This is a coin that you would know about. This is a coin that is one of the historic icons of crypto.
It's going to be something shit. It's
It
going to be
is
like
something that
you're
people do not talk about
You're going to
anymore.
tell me something like Dot, aren't you?
Not Dot.
Better not.
Dot
bro.
is
If
already a
if
sleeping
this
giant.
Is Dot, I'm walking. I'm leaving the lobby.
What we are looking at, everyone, it is the sleeping giant that is a Litecoin.
Oh, that's enough for me to leave the lobby.
I'm telling you now, I'm already in this. I'm on a 10x trade. The guys saw it. I put it in the chat today. I put it very early on. I
Yep.
got in around $120. I'm first targeting a 15% move on Litecoin. That brings me to $139 as my target. Now, there's multiple factors for this as to why I'm thinking this is going to occur. All right. Before we even show you the next target on this, right, you look at this, the LTC BTC chart, it has a massive inverse head and shoulders, which has formed. We've retested the neckline. And if you look at this as well, it's got a move right now of about 10%, we'll say, back to the top side here of this resistance point. Now, if you look at this chart here, the Litecoin USDT chart, from an overall weekly perspective, I got to show you this one because this one here caught us on on Monday during my live call, and you can see this right now. When Litecoin back in the day, September 2021, okay, we're going back 4 years here. If it breaks above this $140 mark, gets a nice retest, I'm calling nearly 100% move on Litecoin. This is not financial advice. We'll make that very clear.
It's just
but
such a
I am
shit
looking
coin,
at this right now and saying this has been accumulating within a range of 180% since 2021. I'm a very big TA trader, guys. I don't care about the fundamentals of what any token is going to do. Personally, because I trade mainly off TA. I'm in and out of the market, a little bit different to what SEDS does. But this here is one I'm watching, and I'm labeling it the sleeping giant at the moment in the bull market.
All right. Well, you know what, man? In saying that, I do say Litecoin is shit, obviously, because it is just like Bitcoin.
There's nothing special about it.
It's still slow. It's like the digital silver, I suppose we can call it. It's
the way to put it.
It is. That's what it basically is. But, you know, with Litecoin, I actually took your tip on a trade on that, and I made 90% on 10x, but I did a 90% profit trade. I closed it. I need
a new scotch.
Do you? Well, exactly. This is not sponsored. But...
we don't drink and trade. There's definitely not one thing, but
no one said anything about not drinking and trading, but we're not going to do.
We're not going to do that. No, this is for celebrations. Guys,
Louis Kazar, wait before you show Louis Kazar in the chat, 130K. Honest thoughts, man. Definitely think it's possible, man. Like, I'm going to give it another week, and if it's wrong, I think it got pretty close. I think 130K when it comes to look. I'm going to extend my timeline. I think it's going to happen within a week. If it doesn't, I'll double or nothing on our bet that we have, right? I'll give you 2 months for free in Empire.
Has he messaged you?
He has messaged me.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 months for free in Empire, valued at $500 if it doesn't happen 2 weeks after interest rates are cut. All right? So that's up to you if you want to double or nothing it. But that will be my all
right, it's on Lewis to put it in the chat. Will you double or nothing the bet?
I think
interest rates are September 18th.
Yeah.
So whether or not it's 130K by then, or you're going to take the 30 days free value right now?
No, we're going to give him... Yeah, do you want 30 days free value, or do you want 60?
And double it.
You can just give me the win now, and we never speak.
We never speak. I like this guy. I reckon he's going to add some value to the community.
I want him in my community.
He's a good bloke.
Yeah. Anyway, so... Let's, Matty, let's have a look at this last coin, and we're going to wrap it up because I'm going to be late to this party.
All right, go last coin.
Guys, if you think that we've dropped a bit of alpha for you guys, let us know. Drop a comment. It means a lot to us so we can gauge where we're at. Hit the like button. Make sure you've hit subscribe. We go for we
share
do
this with your
every
friends.
Friday. Share it with your friends.
We don't have to do this, but we have fun with it. It's good.
Yeah, just not next week. Lewis, let's see what happens next week. We'll touch base. Matty, go for it.
All right, this is the next coin set.
Oh,
your favorite. Guys, stage 10 sold out. Stage 11 is on at the moment. We are officially over a $20 million raise on Little Pepe. I have no endorsements with this whatsoever, but I am completely G'd up. And I did make this very, very clear in our group chat and on these calls. The fact of the matter is, if this is a rug, they can have my money. And I'm not even going to be angry about it because they have done an exceptional job. So I had a team member message us today. Yeah. They've got advertisements on car sales. We've got advertisements on car sales at the moment with Little Pepe.
No, we don't.
I swear to you, there was advertisements of car sales of Little Pepe. Adrit sent it to me this morning.
No way.
He goes, dude, I can't believe it. I was scanning car sales. There was advertisements of Little Pepe. The thing is, if this goes to stage 19, now this is starting to get...
How do we advertise Empire on car sales, bro?
This is starting to get a lot of traction, right? This hits stage 19. It's a $52 million raise. It is higher than Pepe. It's higher than Dogecoin when it got released from a raise perspective. Whether or not this is a rug or not, credit to them. If they've rugged me, Great job. Tell you that much. Usually I'm pretty good at these things. But either way, guys, this is a little bit of fun. We always go through this every single week.
This is Maddie's shitcoin of the week, which hasn't changed.
It is just literally my shitcoin that I'm constantly monitoring.
Very high risk.
In 8 weeks, they've raised $20 million. So fingers crossed. But yes, could very much go to zero. So happy to wrap it up here, guys. We've had a fantastic week. This has been a great session.
Thank you so much for jumping in. Hey, we're going to make sure you also come to our event in Melbourne. You can find it on Eventbrite, searching Empire Crypto Trading. Grab your tickets, come down, come say hello, meet the team.
Great meeting new people.
And I love meeting new people. And you know what? We're going to have heaps of drinks. Adrit's going to be there. We're going to definitely kick on after, get to know each other a lot more, and we're going to make it a really fun and educational night. And we are going to convince the people who think crypto's a scam that it isn't. So make sure you bring your friends along. Just fill the whole room. I want a couple of hundred people in there.
Be fun.
Done. Guys, hope you enjoyed today's alpha. Please make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and we're going to see you next week for more we're going to see you next week for more alpha.